Hey guys, I'm recording this on a Friday, but as you know, this will go live on a Tuesday. And if you have seen the news, you know what happened in Barcelona last week. On Thursday, there was a van that killed at least 13 people for now. I mean, there are some people in the hospitals, many wounded, and it's a tragedy for the city. But I didn't want to talk about the details of that, and because I think that's a thing for the news to do, is not for me to do. But I wanted to talk about the city of Barcelona because, as you may know, I actually started this channel when I lived in Barcelona. I never did a proper video about what I think it's great about that city. I had many problems with the city when I was there because I stupidly thought that I just wanted to be there for a year and just run away. And when I came back, I realized I should have stayed a little bit longer. I don't know how much, but a little bit longer because I didn't see the benefits that it has to live there, basically. So I'm going to list a few of those things for you and a few of the sites to see and all the reasons why you should go to Barcelona. And yeah, that's it. Well, the first thing are the sites in general. One of the sites, of course, is the Sagrada Familia, which is the cathedral, one of the cathedrals of the city. But actually, I prefer the actual cathedral of the city, which I will put a picture right here. I won't put the picture of the Sagrada Familia, only because I think everyone knows how that looks, and because I personally don't like it. I don't like the architecture. I think it's kind of boring. I think the place where it is, it's kind of crowded. I don't really like that. Besides, it's really expensive to get in, and there's not really that much to see inside. So I was pissed the day. I mean, I actually went in 2013. And when I lived in Barcelona, I didn't never get in because I was like, why would I do that again? Like, pay 20 euros for that? Are you insane? No, thank you. So I would rather go to the actual cathedral that is in downtown. All the Gothic neighborhood is a really great walk for you because it's all these houses and alleyways and churches and like dark parts and little stores, and it's just amazing. The Raval is actually pretty good too, but it's not as nice, so there are parts that are like not so great to walk around in. I lived close by to that area, so I know it very well. I would also recommend going to Montjuic. A perfect walk if it's in the spring, autumn. It's really a great moment to go to that park because it's just beautiful, and the views to the port, to the airport, to downtown, to the beaches, it's all perfect. I would recommend going to the beaches actually, but don't go to La Barceloneta because it's just too crowded and it's so fucking annoying in the summer. You cannot find like a square meter of sand. It's so annoying. Not recommended. Go down further northwards, I think it is, to Marbella or even further because it's less crowded and it's nicer, and there's a nudist beach down there if you like that, so also recommended. Just walking around the city, to be honest, just walk around that city because it's a really walkable city. I really recommend walking around Barcelona. The other thing I love about Barcelona is the public transportation system. I mean, in Colombia we don't have public transportation. Basically, it's garbage. It's the worst. I mean, some people would say that in their cities it's better, you know who you are, but in general it's pretty crap. But in Barcelona you have everything. You have trains that go to beautiful little towns by the sea. You have the subway system that connects almost every single part of the city. There are some parts that don't have subway, and there's like a problem because they didn't have any funds anymore and whatever. But most of the city can be explored by the subway. All the sites are close to a subway station, most of them. The bus system is amazing and so simple to use, and the lines are just the buses are great. A bit too crowded on the weekends, but that's okay, and especially in the summer. In the summer is hell, but it's really good. It really comes in handy because there are buses like everywhere, and they're pretty organized, and they reorganized them recently, so they're really great. and there's the tram system. You know, there are a few tram lines, really great. The airport is very modern and very spacious, and you have to pay attention because some of the parts don't really have retail, that much retail, so you have to go to the retail before you pass to certain boarding gates, because some of them are like enclosed or something like that, because you travel like to crazy countries like mine or something like that. I don't really know how it works, but whatever. Just go to the retail part first and then to your gate. I recommend that. Yeah, it has everything. It has cable cars. It has every single mode of transportation that it's great. It has boats. It has and you can walk the city. Again, walk that city. It's the best. One other thing that I really loved about Barcelona, and I lived in Madrid, and I've been to several other cities in Europe, is that it's one of the, I think it's the most gay-friendly city in Europe, to be honest. Even more than Amsterdam, although, granted, I went to Amsterdam in the winter, so in the winter everything seems like gloomy and sad. So I don't know, maybe Amsterdam is even more friendlier or something, but I do think Barcelona is pretty gay friendly. There are gay flags all over restaurants and bars and libraries, and you have next to my house actually there was this gay bookstore which had amazing books. I really recommend that. Exploring the Eixample, I don't know if I said that right, which is like this big neighborhood which all the gay stores and bars and whatever are located. And if you are there for Gay Pride is amazing in Barcelona, because they walk like a long avenue and then they descend into like the port area close to the beaches, and there's a big party and music and drinks and everything. It's really good, and everyone comes to, I mean, if you're there in the summer, every single guy in Europe comes to Spain, and especially Barcelona, to hang out. So you will meet like every single nationality of people there. So it's a great place to meet people. I met people from various countries when I was there, when I was in Spain in general, but especially in there. So it's a really gay-friendly place, and if you want to go with your boyfriend, let's say, or meet someone, I think it's a great city to do it in, especially if you live in a country that's not so open. So yeah, Barcelona is really, really great for that. So it's really weird that I'm saying this, but actually it's a really safe city. There's a police all over the place. There is Mossos d'Esquadra, which is a little bit like a more regional police, I would say, of Catalonia, which is pretty cool. I mean, they're really the ones in charge of if you get robbed, for example, or if you have problems in the street, you can ask any of them. To the police too, but the Mossos d'Esquadra are a little bit more there. You know, you can actually see them on the streets. It's a very safe city in general. I only had one problem there when I was there, because I got mugged. Basically, they stole my cell phone, and they actually told me that it's really weird to happen here. And I was like, yes, I know, I have bad luck. Let's get over that. And my cell phone was new, so that was really sad. The person that actually robbed me was not even a Spanish person, and I could actually understand that from his accent. But yeah, I don't really want to remember that. But however, the thing I wanted to say is that it's pretty safe. I walked several times from my university to my house. It was actually about 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes by walking, and I always walked. So only sometimes I took the subway because I was like, okay, I'm lazy, let's take the subway. But I walked many times, and it was very, very great. It was very at night or really early in the morning, or maybe I went to have some drinks, and I would go back to my house, you know, like at 5 a.m. or something, and it was very safe, extremely safe. And I actually crossed by neighborhoods that didn't really look great, but they are really, really, really safe in general. So I actually think it's one of the safest cities I ever lived in, which is a fact that you should take into account when planning your trip to Spain. So there you go. And one thing to end, and I know it's a stupid thing to say, but the weather is actually amazing in Barcelona. There's no harsh winters. I mean, they are really rare as far as I know. In summer, it's just gorgeous because it's hot, but you can actually go to the beach and it's not extremely humid. And the closeness to the ocean really changes the ambience of the city. Because I lived in Madrid, and that city, to all, I mean, sorry for all people in Madrid, but that city is unlivable in the summer. It's really annoying to live there in the summer because you cannot go anywhere. You have to go to a public pool or something to chill or any something, you know. But in Barcelona, you're just like, okay, I'm sweating too much. Let's take a bus or the subway or whatever, and let's go to the beach. And you go into the ocean, and you can tan, and you can go, and it's just relaxing. And the beaches are really well kept. You know, they're really clean. There are bathrooms, there are lockers, there's everything, and people are very respectful all around the city. I wouldn't say they go out of their way to be nice, because that's not the Catalan way. The Catalan way is that people are very private and don't really say much unless you initiate the conversation, but they are very nice people. I mean, they are not the most open people in the world, but they are very nice people. And yeah, all those things with the weather and the fact that you can, again, walk around, and it doesn't rain practically ever. I mean, when I was there, I think it rained like 5 days maybe, and it's really different than in my city, where it rains like insane. I mean, it's once a week or something like that. So it's really a great weather and a great place to go. So I hope these few bullet points really help you decide to go to Barcelona if you live in Europe, or if you live in somewhere else, or if you're just planning a Europe trip or something. I really hope you go to Barcelona and enjoy these beautiful cities. And not a huge city, it's a really beautiful place to go. The architecture is beautiful, the history is beautiful, and the ambience, how you feel in that city, is actually pretty great. It's one of the places that I have felt more at ease in my life, and I would recommend you to go, whoever you are. I hope you go. And to all people in Barcelona, I'm with you. I love the city, and I love all the people that I met there, and I know it will endure. My city has endured, and your city will too. And please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video on social media, and of course, comment down below what you think of Barcelona if you haven't been there, or if you haven't, do you want to go? Now, yes, thank you so much, and yeah, goodbye.